So today, to wrap things up for Queen of Tears, we're going to do some fun segments. So we're going to do, who would you cast in the American remake of Queen of Tears?
Me!
Yeah. Actually, yes. Which role would you like to play?
Honestly, Grace.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Oh, yeah, you'd be a really good Grace. Okay, so we check that off. Grace.
I would want Grace or Tahe.
I think you'd be a better Grace. I think Grace. Yes, Grace. I feel like she just plays such a big role in the entire season.
Okay. But yeah, Grace. So we've got me cast as Grace.
Okay, so you're Grace. That's good. We checked that off.
Right.
Okay, so I have a couple names and we can go through and see. So these are just ideas that I had. You feel free to push back.
Okay.
Okay. So for Hayne.
Okay.
I thought Leighton Meester.
Who was that?
She was in Gossip Girl.
What is that?
She played. Wait, you don't know Gossip Girl?
I've never watched an episode. I've been black my whole life.
Okay, so Gossip Girl. Oh my God. Okay, so it came out. Like, where do I even start for Gossip Girl? Holy crap.
Thomas,
Okay.
did you think I ever had seen Gossip Girl?
I feel like you would
I
have.
haven't seen Gilmore Girls. Anything that ended a girl, I wasn't there.
But it was like our generation.
Yeah, but I watched Buffy, bro.
Okay, Buffy was a little bit before. So this was when we were going into college. We were probably in college then.
Okay.
Okay. So Gossip Girl is based on a best-selling book by, I cannot believe I remember the author's name. I think it's like Cecily Von something. I read all the books
Of course.
in high school. So it's about these
White ladies.
white girls in high school in the Upper East Side. And they go to, I think like Constance Billiard High School or something. I'm making these names up probably, but they go to high school anyways. Long story short, Leighton Meester plays Blair Waldorf, who's like a princess character. She's very princessy.
Has she worked since this show?
Leighton Meester, yeah. She's married to Seth Cohen. Not Seth Cohen. Seth Cohen from the OC. Adam Brody.
I don't know if I've ever
But Adam Brody is in that new show on Netflix.
I don't know if I've ever seen this girl a day in my life.
Okay, so Leighton Meester. Okay. But
Or-
she plays a very similar character to Hayne. She's like basically a very rich, privileged girl who grows up in the Upper East Side.
Okay.
But I feel like she'd be a really good character. So that was my person. Do you have any other thoughts? Because you don't know her.
I don't know who that. Sorry to that woman.
Her house burned down.
Oh,
in the fires, yeah. Because she's married to Adam Brody and their house burned down.
I thought it was fucked up the way people were so mean about people's it's like oh well they have it like it's like oh well they're rich they can get another house who cares and I was like but that was still their home
of course
that burned down
all their shit burned down.
It was like Paris Hilton was like my kids stuff my wedding dress my memory all this other shit. It was really ugly.
Okay.
I couldn't think of. Honestly, I was trying to find like a black actress to play this part, and it was like Kerry Washington is too old.
Yeah, I thought about Kerry.
Megan Good is too old.
So,
like I'm saying, it's Hayden reads like late 20s, early 30s.
Well, Leighton Meester's older too. Like I think she's around Haynes' age.
She's
I
39.
think it needs to be someone who needs to be able to play a very like Haughty, haughty, that word, haughty character. You know what I mean? Haughty, yes. I feel like a Kerry Washington would do a great job actually playing that kind of role.
Now, if you did Kerry Washington, you just have to make the parents a little older. But other than that, it's fine.
Yeah.
Zendaya wouldn't work. Keke Palmer wouldn't work.
Zendaya wouldn't work.
She's too fun. I couldn't find. Did you see Luke Cage?
No, I didn't. But I know, but of course I did not watch it, but I remember it. Yes.
The lady from Luke Cage. Okay, so we're gonna go with your
Leighton Meester.
your cheese lady.
My cheese lady. Okay.
Lester Cheese.
Okay, so Hyunwoo. Stephen Yeun.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. I know. I was like, let's throw a Korean American actor in there.
I think the male lead has to be Korean.
Yeah.
I think I would prefer if it wasn't a white woman. Because God forbid we need to see white women being saved again. I can't support that in any form or fashion.
Yes.
But this is what we have. But yeah, I think there needs to be a Korean American actor, or at least a Korean actor.
I think Stephen Yeun would be great. I could see him doing that. And then Eun-sung, you're not going to know this guy either, but you should know who he is. You know Jeremy Strong. Oh, Jeremy Strong was in Succession. He played the lead.
You know I didn't see
Kendall
Succession.
Roy. He is an actor's actor.
Oh, the dude with no chin. I know who this is.
Yeah. I mean, he's been in a ton of stuff too. But I feel like he could play that psychotic character really well.
I think Sterling K. Brown would work as Unsung because I think he's a very good actor, but he never gets to play a bad guy. And I think he'd play it in a way where it's like, because you, in a way.
Yeah, I always see him as like a hero character.
But I think that's why it works, because Unsung doesn't think he's doing anything wrong. And that's when villains really work, when they don't think they're doing anything wrong.
I think that the only reason I feel like a Jeremy Strong would be good is I just remember, we're going to be recapping soon the final episode, but those scenes, that man is acting
his ass off.
Like, he is like, the amount of emotions, there's like 20 emotions like flash by his face.
That's
when he's
why
dying.
I said Sterling K. Brown. Because I'm telling you, there would be I think if it like the first time, like, because everyone's like, oh, Denzel Washington's never been nominated for an Oscar, but they nominated him for Training Day. Yeah. And it's because we got to see him completely out of his element, where he wasn't being good guy Denzel Washington. It was,
Yeah. Okay. So me, Jeremy Strong, you, Sterling K. Brown.
Absolutely.
Suchar. I went Asian with this. I think Simu.
I'll do that.
Yeah. Like a goofy.
I wanted to see, because I was thinking Simu, and I was just like, he would not work as.
He is not a Hyunwoo.
He's not a Hyunwoo.
But I feel like he could be a Suchar.
He could be a Suchar because there's a goofiness about.
He's just goofy. I find him very goofy.
Who's someone who's kind of.
I'm just thinking about in Barbie. Like, he played such a goofy character.
Oh, I didn't see Barbie. Oh my God. I'm not here for this white feminism. I wasn't here for it. And then when I saw like all of like the.
Oh, what about Issa Rae for Hain? No?
No. You know what? Actually, who I would love to see as Hain?
Who?
Natasha Rothwell.
Oh, wow.
She's an amazing actress.
She's a good actress.
Because I'm sure you're watching White Lotus or whatever.
I did watch it, yeah.
She would be actually... Natasha Rothwell would be good as Misung.
Yes, Misun. Yeah.
So, okay, that's my vote for her. Her.
Okay.
And also a Grace, because we go out for the same things.
Right.
So we're auditioning for the same shit. So it makes perfect sense.
Okay, so Simu Liu for Suchar.
Yes.
Honestly, he'd be so good. Okay, so for Tae, actually put Kiki Palmer.
That'd be fun.
Because I feel like Kiki, she has the dramatic chop, she has the comedic chop, she has everything. She's such a good actress.
She could also do me. She also could do Misung.
She could do all of it.
She could.
She could honestly be Hain. I thought about that too.
She could be Hain.
Yeah.
She'd be really fun as Grace.
She'd be very fun as Grace.
She'd be very fun as Grace.
She's like an Ajumma. Kiki Palmer.
Low-key Ajumma. She's very auntie.
Like her inner soul.
I said what?
She's so Ajumma.
I was like,
her.
how does she talk like this? She's been in Hollywood her entire life. Why does she sound like a black auntie? She said, I'm probably close to 20 years older than this girl.
Have you seen that clip?
How does she sound 45 years old?
Have you seen that clip of her talking about, because her and Ariana grew up together, like Nickelodeon world, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, like Ariana Grande, for like her 16th birthday or like 15th birthday, she had Patti LaBelle. And then Kiki Palmer was like, I just remember being a child being like, why is she bringing out Patti LaBelle?
Why is Patti LaBelle here?
They sang together.
What the f?
The way she tells a story, it's like really funny.
She's like, girl, and then Patti LaBelle came out. I'm just trying to understand what is going on. I'm like, yes, Kiki, I too. At 15 would have been like, why is Patti LaBelle here?
Yes.
Not very much an accurate question that should be asked.
Yeah, I love Kiki Palmer.
She's amazing.
Yeah, I want to see her in everything.
I want to see her in everything. I want her to find a nice man.
Yes,
her and Halle Bailey and all. I was like, what the f*** is happening with these boys?
They just can't handle these beautiful, successful women.
Yes,
they can't handle it.
And that's the thing that I always talk about. It's like, because I was talking to somebody about it yesterday. I was like, because Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion have both said in the song, you'll have your enemy in your bed beside you. And I always talk about, it's like when you get to a certain level of success, you have to worry about your partner, especially if you're dealing with a man, if you're more successful than him, you make more money than him, he can resent you. So you have to talk, and it's like you almost have to make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like it's almost to your detriment.
So it's just crazy.
Just, oh my God. Also, I'm that rich. I'm getting henchmen, bro. They're never going to find your body.
We're going to find a Grace. Okay.
Yes.
So next, Mostly.
Ooh.
I thought Angela Bassett.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Angela Bassett would be so good.
She would be perfect as Mostly. She would be perfect because it's like there's that quiet intensity.
Yeah. No, she'd be so good.
She'd be so good.
Yeah. I want her in that. Like, I could just imagine her looking very fabulous, being dressed very well, her hair perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I just had it. I just had who could be a good. It's gone. I had a good Grace, but it was gone. We already had a Grace. We have 17 Graces.
Yes. Okay. And the chairman. The chairman was kind of hard for me because I was thinking like Angela Bassett with the male, right?
John Goodman. That'd be fun.
Yes, because he, what is it, Righteous Gemstones? Yes. I can see him.
He's very patriarch.
Uh-huh.
He's very patriarch.
And I could see him kind of like being gullible as well. Okay, John Goodman. We like John Goodman.
We love John Goodman.
Yeah, John Goodman. Pomja. I hope you know this person. I feel like you would.
We'll see.
Catherine Hahn.
Wait a minute. This sounds familiar.
You know her.
Okay.
So Catherine Hahn, she has been in everything. She in the beginning, she always played the sidekick, but she's having her moment.
How do you spell that? There's so many ways to spell.
So she was in. So right now she's in the studio. You know her, actors.
She'd be a good Grace.
Actor. Good Grace, good Pomja, like everyone.
Pomja, you know who she puts me in the mind of sometimes? Lake Bell. Like all sometimes
Lake Bell. They kind of look like each
they
other.
They definitely
They're very
do.
similar.
But yeah, because she had that Agatha.
Agatha's, yep.
Agatha the witch thing.
And she's in the studio right now with Seth. Are you watching the studio?
What is the studio?
It's on the Apple. You have to watch Seth.
Who has
Rogen
the
series.
I don't have the Apple.
Apple has the best shows. I've said it here. Apple, is the. I don't know if they're the new HBO, but I like all of Apple's shows. They're killing it.
Oh, is this another?
You have to watch the studio.
Is this another show with no black people?
It has. It does not. It has. There is a hysterical episode about that though. So
that
basically,
they talk
it's a
about
satire.
the fact there's no black people.
They're trying to cast. Okay, so they have this movie, right? So they're basically making fun of Hollywood. It's Seth Rogen's experience of like working in Hollywood, right?
And
so
being very successful.
Making fun of everyone. And he's going after, in particular, he's playing a studio head, okay? So they have a movie, a big blockbuster movie that they're trying to make. It's called a Kool-Aid movie, and it's based off of Kool-Aid.
Like the man, the legend.
They make the drink into a character, and it's a whole show. And there's an episode where they're like, oh, they get Ice Cube to play Kool-Aid. But then they're worried. These white executives.
They should have been worried the entire time.
You need to watch it. It's just hysterical. And then they have like all these like there's a lot of cameos and I forget who was. Anyways, it's very funny, and they're debating on whether it's racist or not to have Ice Cube play Kool-Aid. Yes.
Fun.
I think you would like the show.
But
it's very triggering for people who work in the industry, though.
But also still didn't cast any people of color in the show.
They do cast.
So the point is, okay.
But that's the whole point, though.
I get it.
Yeah.
So your casting is going. Got it.
Yeah, it is a satire on the industry.
So there wouldn't be any people of color making
exactly.
And no women. Got it.
There are women,
Few
but
women.
Well, Catherine Hahn plays the head of marketing.
And she's insane.
She's insane. And she is extra insane in this. And there's an assistant who's like half Chinese, I believe. So
yeah, the young lady, Chase.
Sui Wonders, yep. And then Catherine Hahn's assistant's a black man.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Because
true to
assistant.
Yes.
Is he gay?
I think he may be gay.
He better be.
Yeah.
Who wants a black male assistant that's straight? Ew.
Yeah. I feel like you would like it. Everyone
Thomas,
I know.
you want a straight black manager assistant? Thomas said, what? He said,
Thomas is like, I'm working right now.
He said, you're not going to get me, bitch. Sounds like a setup to me.
Okay. And then Grace. Yes, we said you.
Yeah.
tear that paper apart. And I think we're going to do this as a tradition. We're going to set this for at the end of each season. We will do this for every drama.
Absolutely. Welcome to Chasing K-Drama's End of Drama Awards.
Woo!
Ba, 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 ba. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. So, this is our first time ever doing this.
Yes.
I absolutely love this. I think in the future, I'll either print up something where we can have, I'll be accepting the award on behalf of, the actors who are not present.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they could not make it to this apartment in Los Angeles.
Yes.
But we do have amazing categories.
Yes.
That I think that all of the listeners would really enjoy. And so what you all can do is that send us in, you either comment or email us with what your choices are. And then we'll be able to have like a recap. We're like, okay, this is what the listeners thought. We can kind of take like a poll and see who's who.
Yeah.
So for the first award, it's the most makjang moment, aka the most over the top plot twist.
Yes. So, for me at least, and you could always push back, but I thought there were so many makjang moments.
So many.
But I really think at the middle of episode 16, when Eun-sung shows off his gun collection, I found this and we're going to talk about this more later.
Yes.
I found it very alarming the entire time.
I didn't know
He had a lot of guns.
I didn't know you could have that many guns in Korea.
Yes. And it felt like he raided the closet of the game. Like, you remember the groundskeeper?
Yes.
He brought all those guns over and he decided to make a display of everything.
See, that's not shocking to me. The whole gun listen, I was born here. So that's not.
No, we've all seen guns, but for a Korean drama,
that's a lot of guns.
That's a lot of guns. And again, he was just casually, he'd be walking with the shotgun in his hand. And I'm like,
drunk.
What are you doing?
But he's drunk. There's nothing more scary than a drunk man with a shotgun.
So for me, I just found that very
that was your most
dramatic.
over the top moment?
Yeah, I just really, there's so many over the top moments.
I think
Dulce's
a bunch of guns was your over the top.
What was yours?
I have to say, my most over the top moment.
Most makjang
moment is when they kept telling us a different person saved Haein when she drowned. First it was a stranger, then it was Hyunwoo, then it was Eun-sung, then it was Hyunwoo, and then we have proof that it's Hyunwoo, and then Haein's mom discovers that it was Hyunwoo, Hyunwoo's mom discovers it was Hyunwoo. The whole drowning thing, that was my makjang moment, because I was just like, pick a
someone.
Pick a thing. I did not need Haein thinking that she got saved by Eun-sung. I didn't need that at all. It was ridiculous.
It was crazy.
It was ridiculous.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. And the next one is most suspenseful scene.
Dun dun.
You're going to laugh at mine.
What's your most suspenseful scene?
Honestly, I was kind of like this the entire time, was when the chairman was hiding the pills and he gets caught. Because the entire time I was like, oh my God, he's going to get caught. He's going to get, what is he doing? What's he doing? I'm like, why is he putting the pill into that little box?
Yes.
He needs to have a better hiding place.
His pockets under your just somewhere just better. Yes.
So I was on pins and needles, and then that scene where she discovers him.
Yes.
She's behind him. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh no.
You
I think my most suspenseful moment is when they're in Germany.
Yeah.
And that big truck hits the car, and then Haein, and so Hyunwoo thinks Haein is in the car, and he's punching the window out, because I'm sitting there going, she just decided she's going to get this. Everything's supposed to be fucked. And I'm just like, are you fucking?
So.
And then when she's like, listen, I'll say this. I couldn't bring myself to believe that you can beat the man up all day. Her being in that car, I kind of knew that
You knew that she wasn't there.
I kind of knew that she wasn't there.
We knew there was a fake out.
Honestly?
Yeah.
Okay. No. When Haein thinks that she's getting in the car with Hyunwoo.
Oh, yes, that scene. Yes,
And it's
that
actually
is
unsung.
very.
Because I had to watch it.
We all screamed there.
Because I was like, no.
Yeah.
That's my most suspenseful scene.
Yeah,
because
that's
I was like,
true.
how
That
is
one.
she? Well, what is this? Well, no.
I know. There were so many.
But yeah, that was my most suspenseful scene because it's like we didn't know it wasn't him. She didn't know it wasn't him. And then when the car pulls up and I was like, what is Unsung doing? And you realize it is Hyunwoo and you're like,
I do have to say that is probably one moment that I was not expecting.
Yes.
So everything else, again, I think like the truck, I think we talked about this too. Like,
she probably
it
was in
just
the
felt
car.
very like, I felt like it was a fake out. That was predictable. But that scene where we realize it's not, yeah. No, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. The best resurrection.
okay.
I have two, but my first is. This is random. I think I kind of went the random route. Hyunwoo's dad coming back from that election.
Okay.
Remember? Because he thought he was going to lose. It was like the apple versus the pear.
Yes.
And then the guy was passing out the pork soup to everyone. So it felt like he was going down.
Easily bought elections.
Right. But then Hayne shows up, saves the day.
Listen.
And he resurrected from the dead.
With lobster, steak, and fine scarves.
Yes.
They should have just had the little boxes with the little fabric tied up around it.
Yes, and just like pass them out.
And pass those out. Okay, what's the second one?
And then the resurrection. It was the diary, of course.
You know I was going to say the diary.
Because that's where, when I came up with the question, I was like, the diary.
The diary.
Then I thought
Honestly.
about it a little more. I was like, oh, this actually applies to other things too. But anyways.
I think the diary, I think that would be my main one is the diary.
God, that stupid scenes.
I can't, what's another? Oh, Hyunwoo.
Hyunwoo what?
Because he got hit by a car and shot in the back
Same
within
night.
24 hours of
He
each
went
other.
to the hospital twice.
So he got hit by a car, so his rib was fractured, his liver was damaged,
Ruptured.
and then
He gets
shot in the back. Yeah, Hyunwoo. That's my best resurrection is the main character of the show.
Oh my God. Well, we have so much to talk about.
So much to talk about.
So much to talk about. Okay. Next question. Dumbest male behavior.
We already know the answer to this.
Oh, what I mean, I feel like I have two that you're going to say.
Unsung thinking that most of his actions, honestly, his entire character, like most of his actions, like the kidnapping, marry me scene, I'll give you this big, it's his entire, everything he did in reference to, like as a businessman, great. You're taking over, it's awesome. It's him constantly forgetting who Han is.
Yes.
And then him being so disconnected
Yes.
from the reality of the situation.
Yes. Poor guy.
Is my dumbest male behavior.
Yes.
That
Yes.
and Suchol on that bike.
Sutra in the bike. Yeah.
Yes.
So I had Unsung believing Hayne and like treating his treatment of Hayne. And then, of course, Sutra as well. But the chairman falling for Mosity's tricks for 30 years. God bless us. God bless him.
She literally said, I did
Bless his
punch
heart.
her. And he said, no, you didn't.
Idiot man. Okay. Dumbest female behavior.
Han not having a conversation with Keanu before she took all the stuff out the house after the miscarriage.
Yes, I agree.
Now, mind you, we wouldn't have an entire TV show
Yeah.
if they had a
Everything hinges
conversation.
upon that one moment, but yes.
Truly, the whole show is hinged upon that one moment. But yeah, it's just the way, like I've never been in that situation. I don't understand how to handle grief like that.
Yeah.
Because like I already have the grief of not being a parent when I want to be one.
Yeah.
So being that close and then losing it, I don't understand it. But it's like, it's not the conversation. It's clearing the house. The conversation over losing the baby, that's one conversation. But clearing everything out of the baby's room and not having a conversation with him.
Yeah.
I think that's when we can go like, all right.
I think it's her lack of vulnerability.
Yeah.
Because her inability, and for her, because again, we see the entire story now, but he really, really fell for her. And when in the beginning, they truly loved each other. So I wish in that moment, if
She could have
you're
remembered.
if you were with someone, or if someone cared about you that much, I don't understand how she was not able through growth of that relationship of 3 years or whatever, however long it was, for her not to be able to be vulnerable with him. I just don't get that.
Oh, because she failed.
Yeah, but
No. I understand completely what it is. She failed. So there's so many times in my just recently I'm like, I'm failing at this thing. And a lot of times I feel like I'm failing at a thing when it's mainly out of my control most of the time. But it's like something like that, you don't know. It's actually very hard to get pregnant. People don't talk about it, but it actually is very difficult. Because only 1 in 9 pregnancies is successful. You just don't know where you are. Because sometimes you're pregnant and don't even know it. Because
most people I know have at least, they all go through miscarriages.
Right.
Before you get pregnant. Like,
right.
it's just a very...
So it's like, so that's why I understand completely what it is that she failed. Because it's like she's always been, the best of the best, cream of the crop, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, she beat out male siblings and male family members. She beat out her dad to run this company. Mm-hmm. But her body doing something that women's bodies or, people who have uteruses, that's what they do all the time. So to fail at a thing that people do all the time is even more detrimental. So I can understand why she didn't talk to him, because she felt like she failed and her body failed her. So I understand why she wouldn't have a conversation.
I just wish she was a little bit more vulnerable.
Also, how her mom treats her since her brother died.
Yes. So I put, for me, it was Haynes' mom being mean to Hayne.
Because you hate that so bad. It bothers you so much.
Yeah, because I just don't understand. That is your flesh and blood.
It's very ugly. It doesn't, because that child made it, so why are you mad at her?
Yeah. So that was mine. But, okay. Best unhinged performance.
Wait, are we doing most delusional? I think most delusional falls
pretty much the same. Yeah. But okay, we can do most. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the same thing. We can skip it. Because most delusional, of course, I have to say, is Unsung.
Yes.
Because he doesn't understand how anything works. Especially this woman that he loves. But also, I would say Sucho.
Yes.
Because he really thought he was a businessman. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And anytime it's like in episode 16 when Tahe is like, yeah, I was just looking forward to the strawberry shortcake. He's like, so you were waiting for me all this time? She's like, I was waiting for dessert, but...
But she did say it didn't taste as sweet.
It didn't taste as sweet when you weren't coming around. But also it's like, you just need to... It's like, oh, you kept it? I was like, yeah, because I stole it from you.
So funny. Yes. Most of Lulu, absolutely Sucho. Sucho, Unsung. Yeah. A lot of Delulu. Okay.
A lot of Delulu.
So for best unhinged performance.
Ooh, what do you have?
I had the Mosity fight at the end in prison.
That
was those extras, those the stunt women.
She headbutted that lady. I was like, ma'am, you've been living rich for 30 years. That came from the bottom.
And then when she grabs that fork,
plastic spoon, breaks it. I'm just like, she's like, ah. And then they start kicking her and she's just laying on the ground like, all right. And she's looking out the window. Oof. And all I could think to myself was, all you had to do was just be quiet. Yeah. You could be living comfortably. The chairman could still be alive. Your son could still be alive. You could be living comfortably in that fucking Alaska king bed, not even touching this old man. But instead, you wanted to pull a stunt. You could have raised You could have raised your son. This is the thing. She already had the chairman. The chairman probably would have let her son live in the house. I know. And then I feel like he would have just taken care of her to the very end, and he would have probably given her money. Yes, he would have. She would have had an inheritance. Yeah. So most unhinged performance, and then when the young duty lady wins the washing machine, she was so excited. I was like, who in the which take was this? There's no way she was losing her. It was like somebody was like, Lamore, and she was basically like, ah! Like, she lost her ever-loving mind. She loved it. It was great. It was great. And then I also added when Pomja shows up at her ex's wedding and beats everyone. With the tiger sound? Yeah. This drama's so good. Okay. And these are kind of
but I feel like I know the answers. But best dressed?
Hane's mom.
Ah, I said Hane.
I mean,
Love Hane's outfit. That's I know a given.
Yes.
I know. Best hair.
Mulsuhi.
Yes. Honestly,
When
it ain't bad. It ain't bad.
Let me say something. Mulsuhi in episodes 14, 15, 16.
Beautiful.
I'm like,
stunning flowing hair.
I mean, them clip-ins were clipping in. Everything was flowing like it was supposed to. Episode 16, her hair, I was like, did she go to Atlanta to get this done? Like,
she looked very good.
She looked amazing.
She's so pretty. The actress is beautiful.
I was like, because she's one of those women where you're just like, yo, why do you work?
Yeah, she doesn't need to work.
If I walked around with that face, you think I'd have a job?
I think I was watching a variety show back in the day, and I think this was the actress. It was Musuri, the lady who plays her. She was saying that she spends most of her free time at the gym.
That woman is as big as this mic stand.
She's like, I think it was her. She was like, I spend most of my time at the gym or at the sauna. Like all she does in her free time is just like take care of herself. So she works out, she sauna, she like gets the facials. That's all she does. I mean, good for her.
Does she have a family?
Yeah, she does. She's married and stuff, but like as a star, like as an actress at this age with Korean standards, like she is spending most of the time.
And she didn't get the eye surgery.
She probably did. They all got a little something done.
Let me tell you something.
A little tweak here and there.
But like she doesn't look like she doesn't.
I think she got it done.
She
that generation of women, they all did it. Yeah.
I'll say this:
tweaks.
She got a tweak, but she didn't get the full.
She looks. I mean, her older photos, she looks the same. But I would say there are not many actresses in Korea that have not done a little something.
Oh, I'm sure she's getting maintenance done. Definitely getting maintenance done. But she didn't get the full like. Oh, I don't know what your ancestry is. Like she didn't get that eye surgery done. No.
There's some actresses that look like complete different people, and you're like, oh,
girl, for why? For who?
Okay. Then finally, MVP of the series.
Ooh. Unsung.
Unsung. Okay.
Gonna have to say unsung.
Okay. Why unsung?
Because he had the biggest character arc.
He did.
Acting his ass off. You see what I'm
did.
saying? He had the biggest character arc. He had to... He made you feel sorry for him and root against him at the same time. So you're just like, this isn't going to work. Hane's never going to be with you. But it's also like, damn, your mom you up. But damn, you're stealing from these people. But damn, it's like, so there's all these different things you hit with him, which counts to like, it's the writing of the character, which is good.
Yeah.
But also it's like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the end of it, and it's like, wait, now he's trying to kill her? Oh, he's a man who didn't get what he wanted. Of course he has to die. Yeah. Also, I felt like there was a cop-out.
They got rid of him very quickly.
And that's what bugged me. Because when I looked up and saw that this episode 16 was an hour and 50 minutes.
Yes.
And he was dead.
Yes.
In the first 30 minutes. I was like, we could have had more of this.
Yeah.
I will talk about this when we do episode 16. But
yes,
I'm just saying we could have had. She wrapped the 16 was the wrap up, but it was so wrap up.
Yeah.
That we didn't get to really flesh out the ending of that whole story arc before we started going, and we're gonna pin this, and we're gonna put this together, and and then and then Grace and Tahir gonna go to jail, and then Musi he's gonna go to jail, and then we're gonna do boom, 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 boom. Because the whole end of that, like the hour and 50 minutes that they had, the hour could have been, so half of the hour is dealing with Unsung.
Yeah.
And then, because I think that's how it laid out. Half of the hour was Unsung, half of it was Mulsuhi.
Yeah.
And then the next 50 minutes
was just like random ass.
was
like,
wrap up.
I
They
agree.
could have given me some more time with Unsung.
Yeah. The Unsung, it happened very, very
It was
quickly.
too quick. I looked up and it was like 26 minutes. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, wait, that's for when
We'll
talk
talk
about
about
it.
yeah. Okay.
But I just could not understand. But yeah, he's the MVP of the series for me.
Okay. So for me, it's Grace. You know why? Grace at the very end, we're going to talk about it more in 16, but she's the piece. She's the missing puzzle piece for that case being solved. Meaning,
Oh, yeah, because they needed evidence and Grace was the evidence.
the evidence was the tablet, right?
Yeah.
And what was she doing? We didn't know this.
Yeah.
Behind the back, like she was just like, running her people around. They got a copy of the tablet, swapped it out. That was the only reason they were able to convict Mosudi because of that.
And because somebody knew the code.
Someone knew the code. And she was also behind the Haynes diary. We talked about this last episode because we're just like, what? I don't understand how this diary just get delivered to Haynes. She was there. She was the person who dropped it off. And the MP3 player, we're going to talk about it in 16. Remember I was screaming about it and we're like, why is this here? It's because she planted it there. Of course she did.
Okay.
Tying loose. It was all Grace. So I give MVP to Grace.
Yes, honestly, as a vehicle,
Hardest working character.
As a vehicle for
For everything.
Because it's like, well, you hope you got to find the money. Mostly he doesn't have the money. Oh, man. Oh, great. So great that you found the money. Mostly he found the money. So it's very much like it was so interesting because it's like the Hong family needed the information they were getting from Grace about what Musuhi and Unsung were doing. But Musuhi and Unsung knew that Grace was telling them.
Yes.
And didn't stop dealing with her and didn't kill her.
Exactly.
Because if I was Musuhi, I'd have killed the bitch.
I would have killed her too. I would have killed her as soon as I knew that she was double. Like, yeah.
I give her the bank book, and I have to say to you, I'm going to freeze this.
Yeah.
Until you prove ... I'd have just killed her.
I know. Get rid of her.
I'd have sent her out the country.
There was no point.
No.
Yeah, there was no point.
But that was the Chasing K-Drama's End of Drama Awards. Da-na-na-na. So let us know what you think. Let us know what your awards are. We're going to be doing this at the end of every drama that we do.
Every drama.
So we're going to do Who Would You Cast in the American Remake? And the End of Drama Awards.
The End of Drama Awards. It's great. Okay.